Hey everyone, this is Shantae R. Roddy coming on with another stimulus update. This is specifically for the solopreneur. So if you consider yourself a gig worker, self-employed, independent contractor, side hustler, this live is for you. So do come on in, hit that love button as usual. Do drop comments and your questions in the comment section. I always follow up with answers to any questions that you have. But this is the time to get money that is out there and available to you, and that a lot of entrepreneurs don't seem to know that is available to you. So this is definitely for you, or if you know an entrepreneur, small business owner, please do share this with them, tag them in this, share this broadcast out, because as many entrepreneurs need to see this, because literally there are billions of dollars out there. And I know a lot of us that are solopreneurs feel like we've been left out, but there is money out there and you may just not know how to get your hands on it. So I wanted to circle back on some of the programs that are out there. You will see in the description of this broadcast links to the programs that I'm going to be referencing in this broadcast. If you have applied for any of them, please let me know. Drop in the comments if you have applied. If you have received any of the funds, please do also let me know in the comments as well, because we're tracking that and tracking progress for a lot of you entrepreneurs. Okay, so I first want to start with the Paycheck Protection Program, because if you didn't know, this is one of the programs that came out of the CARES Act, in which they refunded the program, billions more dollars to this program, which is really to help businesses maintain, sustain their payroll, their employees. However, a lot of entrepreneurs that are solopreneurs are like, okay, well, I don't have any employees, right? I don't have employees. I'm a solopreneur. When I do need additional assistance in teams, I hire contractors. But guess what? Okay, you can still apply for the Paycheck Protection Program if you do not have any employees. Why? You are considered an employee of one. You are. Okay, so before they closed it down the first time when they ran out of money, they had just opened it up to those of us that are self-employed, solopreneurs, right? Maybe you call yourself a gig worker, okay, or independent contractor. They opened it up late, right? So some of us weren't able to apply until they opened it up for additional funding. So the monies are out there. And what does this mean? There's literally up to $20,833, right, that is available to solopreneurs. Why? Because with this program, you can claim on your payroll of up to $100,000 per employee. So if you're an employee of one, that means you can consider your income, your business income, up to $100,000. And how you calculate it if you're self-employed is you divide it by 12 months, okay? Then you times that by 2.5. That's how you get the the $20,833 is how you come up with that number. So if you net it, this is based on your net. So when you're calculating, you're not going to go based on your gross. You're going to calculate based on your 2019 taxes. What does that mean? You're considering your costs, your expenses. So the best place to go is your taxes. That's what you're going to use when you go to apply, and look at line 31 on your tax form. If you are a business, if you file with the Schedule C, you will see what your net income resulted as. You would times that by 2.5. If it makes sense for you to do that, you look at it, okay, is this enough? By two times, right, and a half, that may equal for you $3,000. It may equal $5,000, $10,000, but up to this $20,000 number here, okay? So if you made $100,000, this is an option for you to consider, again, even if you do not have employees, because you are an employee of one. So don't miss out on this opportunity. What you need to know is that you need to, regardless if you're an employee of one or you have employees and you're applying for this program, 75% needs to go of the money, right, that you get as a forgivable loan. That's what it is. But as long as you meet the criteria, it's forgiven. That, what does that mean? It's free. So as long as you spend 75% of the money that you get on your payroll, then you get to keep that money for free. And then the other 25% can go towards like your mortgage interest, your rent, your utilities. And I highly recommend that you have a separate account for these funds so that you can manage them separately. It doesn't interfere or get commingled with everything else that's going on, and you can properly track it and then properly report it back to your funding institution. And so, like I said, you first want to go to your bank because the application is still open. Again, your bank, or go to a credit union, anyone, any organization or financial institution that is authorized by the SBA, the Small Business Administration. PayPal is included, Square, Intuit is included. So there's a number of options for you to apply for the program. So even if you applied before and you haven't heard anything from that banking institution, go apply somewhere else. You just, once you're accepted, approved by one funding institution, you know, that's it. That's where you're going to get your funds from. But again, as long as you meet the criteria, and if you're paying 75% of the loan, you're paying it to yourself. Okay, did you get that, or did you get it? Okay, so if you're a solopreneur, that's a great benefit for you because you're paying yourself. They're just telling you, ma'am, sir, you need to pay yourself 75% of this loan, and you get it for free. You're paying yourself, okay? So that's the Paycheck Protection Program. If you've applied for that program, again, please do let me know. Drop it in the comment. Let me know where you are in the process. If you got your Paycheck Protection loan approved, and if you got the funds. The next program is the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, okay? So I referenced this before. This is the unemployment that comes through the federal government. So a lot of you all were saying, you know, not thinking that you qualified, or maybe you were denied by your state regular unemployment, right? But that isn't where it stops, okay? So you first, you were denied there, and then you go and you can apply for the federal Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, okay? So a person like myself, I'm a business owner, I'm self-employed. I didn't apply for the regular unemployment because I'm full-time in my business, right? But I do have the opportunity to apply for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, okay? That means you can get paid up to 39 weeks, and then you get an additional $600 a week on top of that once you're approved. And so the applications are open. They just opened in my state of Ohio yesterday because they were working through the systems. So the link is in the comment, where if you don't know where your state unemployment office is, there's a link in the comments that you can, it will direct you directly to your state office, because all of the states are different in their programs and how they calculate your income, whether you're employee or you're self-employed. And I think that the process takes about 10 minutes, okay? So it's worth the 10 minutes for you to go through the process, apply, and see if this is something that you can get. So this is independent contractors, self-employed, gig workers. So are you an Uber driver, Lyft driver? Do you drive for Instacart or any delivery service? Do you have a side hustle, right? Are you an independent contractor with another company and you were laid off? Or did you have a loss due to COVID-19? These are some of the questions that they're going to ask you in your application, and which, if you were impacted by COVID-19 and that impacted your business, your side hustle, your independent contractor money, your self-employed money, then you need to apply for the Pandemic Unemployment Compensation. So I encourage you all to do this. If it's already open in your state, don't hesitate, don't delay, go and apply. If you're here in Ohio, it's open. So go apply so you can get your money as a part of this program. And then lastly, I wanted to circle back on the EIDL program, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. And that is where you have that is also through the SBA, where you had the opportunity to apply for an advance of up to $10,000 grant. Okay, so if you have not applied thus far, right now the applications are only open to those that are in the agricultural business arena, so like the farmers. If you have applied, good for you. Again, a lot of these programs, I think entrepreneurs thought, okay, I don't have any employees, but again, under the EIDL, they consider you an employee of one, which means at minimum, you get $1,000. At minimum. So in all three of these programs, you can get money. Okay. So just know though, but if you're applying for PPP, once you receive those funds, if you've applied and you're receiving unemployment, you just suspend your unemployment and you take the PPP money, right? If you apply for EIDL loan, you got the grant, they would just offset the grant with your PPP. Okay. So you're not really losing anything, but you can apply to any of these programs and get free money. So the grants are just that. They don't have to be repaid. There's no stipulations on those. They give it to you. It's free. You're clear with that money. And so at minimum, you would get $1,000 with the EIDL program. If you apply for the EIDL and you're still waiting, let me know if you received your grant. Someone said, I think a couple people said they were denied the loan, but if you were denied the loan, you still qualify for the grant. What is important is if you apply for this particular program, you need to have screenshotted, and I always recommend this. I screenshot every single application, confirmation number, application number for everything that I apply for, just in case, so I have it for my records. Because as you can see with the SBA, they're not really sending out any correspondence. So your only record that you apply for the program is if you screenshotted your number. And I believe it's a 10 or 12 digit number. And if yours begins with the number 3, that means you're still in queue. So mine starts with the number 3. I'm still one of those in the queue. I applied way back in March, right? On March 30th, the day that they opened it up after they initiated the CARES Act. So this is important for you to know. Again, make sure you have a copy of that. So if you do have any issues, if for some reason you were declined and you didn't get your grant, then hold on to that, right, as record, because for sure there are, advocates that are out there advocating on your behalf, on all of our behalf, to really get us more benefits, to rectify some of the situations that's going on that's preventing us to getting access to some of these dollars, and especially with this grant that was supposed to really be $10,000 period and not based on employees. So you want to have your record, because if it comes back and they say, okay, everybody that applied, is now they're required to reverse it and give you the entire $10,000. You want to make sure that you're in that number as well. So again, the 3 programs that I recommend that you consider, you apply to at least one of them. Hopefully you apply to at least one. Again, EIDL is on hold. Just check there. I would say no more than daily. Right now it's only open up to agricultural, but you can apply for the Paycheck Protection Program right now, and you can apply for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance right now. Or just contact your state and see when they open up the application process for the unemployment. If they're still delayed trying to put their systems in place, maybe they have a pre-registration process like they had here. And I was like one of the first ones that was notified that it was open, and I went right. I didn't delay. I went right to apply. Okay. So I encourage you all to do that. Just stay aware and apply for the programs for which you qualify for. Again, the links to the information are right here in the description. Please do like this, share it out, tag another entrepreneur that needs to hear this information. I would definitely appreciate it. And then leave any questions you have, and I'll circle back later to make sure that I follow up and answer any questions. Thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast. As always, I continue to be blessed, be safe, and in good health. And I will come back to talk about more updates regarding the new stimulus proposals that are coming out and that's going to be good, but I didn't want to link those together. I want to have that be a separate live discussion. So please, again, go apply to the programs for what you qualify for. Don't leave on the table. And I will talk to you later when I have more updates. Have a great day.